$3,000 versus 9.5 million. That's the bill for Gamma 7. You clicked for David versus Goliath. Here it is. A recon quadcopter finds 2 FPV drones strike. A MiG-29 seals the escape route. But how did a cheap 3-node network out-decide and dismantle an armored push? Stay for the exact angles on the T-80BV kill, the 2S1 ammo cook-off, and the moment EW nearly blinded the team. By the end, you'll see why cost no longer equals power, and why decision speed now rules the battlefield. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
In Zaporizhia direction, Russia is intensifying its offensive with a series of mechanized assaults to pin down the defenders and disrupt their attention, while another Russian group is assaulting from the east. The Russian forces attempted a new tactic to breach Ukrainian lines, but the defenders were already on high alert.
A 3-node net. One eye in the sky, 2 knives skimming the weeds. It outdecides a column built to shrug off missiles. How? Start with the wiring. The recon quad scans for heat and shape, then pushes a mark and a bearing. 2 FPVs sit hot on the rail, tuned for low lag, ready to take angles the tanks can't cover. A fast jet waits outside the bubble, nose cold, only moving when the net says go. You see the whole board, then you move first, but then the board flickers. Russian EW chews the recon feed into snow. The eye goes blind just as the column breaks tree line.
This allows the defenders to detect enemy movement in time and start engaging them in the kill zone, denying them. Due to this, Ukrainian operators are monitoring up to 15 kilometers behind the front line with drones. The Ukrainians were able to eliminate the Russian vehicles before they were able to reach the positions and create a direct threat.
If the net snaps here, the steel rolls and your infantry gets pinned. Seconds matter. Links matter more. The pilot doesn't panic. He climbs, cuts across wind, and resets the antenna lobe. At a higher perch, he finds a seam. The picture is grainy, but it lives. Enough to tag shapes, track movement, and update timing. He bumps the first mark onto the lead T-80BV, then stamps another on the 2S1 self-propelled gun sitting back with its hatch stacks open. He ranks them by what kills your rifleman fastest and what fires next. Armor first, then guns. Here's why the T-80BV is ripe from above and behind. The auto-loader sits under the turret like a ring of teeth. Shells and propellant in a carousel. A hit that cuts through near the engine deck can start a chain fire that races into that ring and blows the turret free. Those cope cages on top try to break a straight-down stab, but they don't shield a low, oblique strike that sneaks under the lip and into the soft rear. You don't duel the glassy. You sidestep the shield. FPV-1 spools. The pilot drops it into ground effect, trading speed for stick feel as he skirts hedges and ditches. He takes the tank's rear quarter, where the exhaust plume hides his approach for a breath. The camera jitters, the frame hums, but the line holds. FPV-2 pushes wide, not for the tank, but for the 2S1's ammo pile, where boxes sit close and crews work fast. He wants ignition, not armor defeat.
Porting, and it's on the Sky News website. Drones have really been a game changer when it comes to the battlefield and the war in Ukraine.
It's certainly new. I mean, there's two respects. One is very new, one isn't. I mean, that is the basis of what we're looking at now is a Shahed drone. Iranian drones, I mean, they're $20,000 each, maybe 50,000 at most. And it was the fact that they could be produced in mass.
2 vectors, 2 effects. Cut the head, mute the battery. This is the math that breaks budgets. Off-the-shelf frames. Analog video. Warheads built from common munitions. They fly quiet, throw little heat, and respond faster than a radio net can argue. The column wears millions in steel but carries no tight, layered counter-drone screen near the deck. No fast guns slave to a radar, no dense jammer cloud at knee height. Big armor, slow hands. The first hit blooms. Not a scratch, a bite. The rear deck flashes, and then the turret lifts as the carousel feeds fire to itself. 1 second of bright white, one of black smoke, and the head is gone.
It makes it impossible for soldiers to move around on the battlefield safely. So they're doing the same job as artillery shells, pinning down an enemy. And the fact is, kamikaze stuff. But the small ones, those are conceptually new because they sort of dominate the airspace below, say, 2,000 feet. Hope for the best. But if a drone picks you up and there's somebody else on the end of it who's watching, then it can follow you into your dugout and explode.
Crew in the next vehicle sees the shock wave rattle dust off its skirts, and that is the moment cohesion breaks. Downline, the 2S1 catches its own fate. FPV-2 touches off the ammo stack. Boxes jump. The piece goes from ready to silent in a heartbeat. No more suppressive arcs. The lane opens. Survivors pivot. They don't fan into fields. They take the only hard surface path because weight and mud dictate choices.
Been reading.
Well, the drone war has reached this new level at the moment, this year actually, only the last 12 months, 15 months. And so they create, it's a different level of terror, which makes it very hard for individuals to move around on the battlefield. And they get very frightened. And then their chances are not great. And the best thing against them, the best defense anyone on the ground has got, is a shotgun.
That predictability is the trap. The net pushes a clean escape vector. The jet turns in. Not a showy pass. Not a hero run, just terminal denial fed by a precise line. The lag from mark to strike is short. The last straggler eats the hit. The chain started with $3,000 in plastic and wire. It ends with a legacy fighter that needed a single cue at the right second.
Which is making movement on the ground very difficult. It's making it almost impossible for armoured vehicles to move around, except in conditions of great danger. As it were, interspersed in an area that could be anything from 5 kilometres wide to about 40 kilometres wide, reputedly.
Call it a 31:1 lesson if you want. It looks like luck from afar. Up close, it's a fused loop. See faster, decide faster, strike faster, all at low cost. The armor wasn't weak. The process around it was slow. You saw the blow-by-blow unfold in layers. Sensor, shooter, stopper, without pause. Now take that ratio and press it into doctrine, into where money flows, and into how you keep armor alive when the sky at 50 feet belongs to the cheapest thing in the fight. Superiority now lives under 500 meters. The side that sees first, decides faster, and strikes cheap wins more than the side with heavier steel. That's the shift. Low-cost eyes and knives punish slow command loops and exposed logistics. Armor still matters, but only with a tight screen, smart routes, and rapid retasking when the sky is hostile at tree height. What would you harden first for the next fight? EW layers, counter-drone guns, or denser swarms? Comment your choice below, and subscribe to track how Doctrine adapts in real time. The price tag lied. Decision speed didn't. We'll break more kill chains in the next brief.